Hello, and welcome to my analysis of the video game Screencheat. My name is Zach Goodman, and I'm analyzing this class for CS 121, Intro to Computer Game Design. Screencheat is a multiplayer first-person shooter where each of the player's characters are invisible. The only way to figure out where all the other players are is by A, looking at their screens, or screen cheating, hence the name, or figuring out where they are based on the location of the smoke from the muzzle of their weapons or other animation effects, and predicting where they're going to be. In this first round, you can see my roommates and I playing the game with just standard settings. You are able to see all 4 other screens, including your own, and there is an indicator that shows when a person is camping or staying still. I will be analyzing this game using the 4 questions used during the in-class exercise of the Bartok card game. Mainly, is the game difficult enough? Is the game based more in strategy or chance? Do players make meaningful decisions while they're playing? And is the game interesting when it's not your turn? As you can see, the game on screen is about to be won by the player in the top left. As soon as he respawns, it'll be about 10 seconds before he manages to kill one more player to get to the final 12 points. Question 1. Is the game difficult enough? I'd say yes. The game mechanics of invisible players leads to a challenging game setting because it's impossible to tell where anyone is without analyzing it, and with 4 people on screen, that's pretty chaotic. Question 2. Is the game based more in strategy or chance? Both. Strategy because you can choose a person to follow based on their screen, and chance, because everything's so chaotic, you have to chance the possibility that you will be near them and able to shoot at them and actually hit them. Question 3. Do the players make meaningful decisions? Yes, players have to decide what weapon they want to use and their playing style. Are they aggressive or are they passive? Do they wait and camp and stay still, or do they go after the other players? Question 4. Is the game interesting when not your turn? There's a very long waiting time, 3 seconds plus an additional second for every death. We ended up changing that because after so many deaths, it ended up being a 20-second death time, and that was just boring. So in order to analyze the questions later, we made one change. We would cover 2 of the 4 screens so that each player can only see one other screen. We would use a towel on our physical screens, as shown above, so you could only see one other player, and the rest you had to gather by the context tool. By decreasing the number of viewable screens, that should make the game harder to actually win because you can only see one other player. However, it should also make it easier to kill the one player that you can see. The question is, which players can see you and therefore have it easier to kill you? By making this change, we actually extended the game by a good 2.5 minutes, even while decreasing the number of points needed to win from 12 to 10. Going back to the questions used earlier in the video to analyze the first set of gameplay, I would say that yes, this game is definitely difficult with this added parameter of only seeing one other screen. It makes it more dependent on the visual clues in the game rather than definitively seeing where each person is. It takes much more guessing or chance rather than strategy, which is the second question. However, there are also decisions that are more chance than strategy, because if you happen to see another player fire their gun next to where you are, and you are chasing the person you can see, you have to make the split-second decision whether or not to take that chance and go for it. After playing 2 rounds with the screen covered and 2 rounds without, my roommates and I decided that the change wasn't necessary and that playing with an uncovered screen was ultimately more chaotic and fun.